Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see y'all jumping into the room. Welcome to my free live trichology workshop. As you come into the room, make sure you drop your name in the chat. Let me know where you're at. If you've attended one of my live workshops before, you know how amazing the chat can be. So make sure you put your Instagram handles. Just let us know who you are, because this is a space where you can also network and begin to connect. All right. Everyone who attends our workshops, we tend to be of the same mindset. So I really want you to get the most out of this experience with me. So go ahead, say what's up. I see you. What's up, Kahar from North Carolina? You know, North Carolina be deep. When I say the DK squad is in North Carolina, we out there. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I love it. I see you, Samantha. What's up, Shay from Houston? Come on in, everyone. Don't be shy. We only have an hour, okay? And when I say that this hour is jam-packed, it is jam-packed with information. And I want to make sure that I get all that information to you. What's up, Joyce? I have my trichologist Joyce in the chat. I love it when I see the squad. I see you, Pennsylvania. What's up, Brittany? Oh, man, y'all coming from everywhere. Guyana. Wow, what amazing. South Carolina, man, I see you. I see you. What's up, everyone? We're going to have so much fun. And so as you all are coming in, I want to lay a few ground rules. All right. The first thing is, again, we're going to be together for about an hour. So I want you to do your best to eliminate all distractions during this time so that you can be fully present with all the information that I'm going to give you. The next thing is, y'all know how this virtual environment is. So I need y'all to have some emojis on deck. You know, this is the way that we quickly communicate with one another. I want to feel your energy. What's up, Haiti? I see you. We global in the chat. So I want you to find your favorite emojis. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information. I love to see that fire emoji. You know, if you're feeling what I'm saying, that double high five, or some people call them praise hands, I will take both of them. And because we're going to be talking about ways in which you can increase your money, we're going to be talking about money. I'm never shy about that. I want you to have your favorite money emoji on deck. All right, what's up? I see y'all still coming in and introducing yourself. Yes, I see the fire emojis coming in. So what I want to do, as you all are still letting me know where you at and networking with one another, I want to go ahead and I want to jump right into our workshop for today. As I know a lot of you are hairstylists, but I want to talk about how you can go from hairstylist to hair scientist. Now, I think it's important because some of you may know who I am, but some of you may not. So I want to introduce or maybe reintroduce myself to some of you. My name is Dr. Carrie. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am a certified trichologist with a doctorate in trichology. I'm also a celebrity hairstylist. So some of you may know me as the inventor of the goddess locks. Yes, your girl invented the goddess locks. That's right. You may know me because I might have styled some of your favorite celebrities, you know what I'm saying, or influencers. But before I got into the space of working with celebrities and, you know, becoming the inventor of the goddess locks, I built my business and my brand as a certified trichologist. When I became a trichologist, I was the youngest in the nation, y'all. All right. This was in 2009. I got my doctorate from the International Institute of Trichology in Alabama. And it was during that time that I officially opened the clinic in my hair salon in Los Angeles, California. It was really, really important to me, y'all. This is throwback. This is baby Dr. Carrie. You know what I'm saying? Teaching has always been a part of my passion to teach. And it's also always been a part of my passion to really serve my clients in a deeper way. While I was in college, I began to study the market. And when I studied the market, I noticed that there were a number of women, especially women who look like me, Black women, who were starting to experience more and more issues with hair loss. And I wanted to be in a space I could be committed to really offering my clients solutions. And so that's where my journey began. And so fast forward to now, the industry of trichology has allowed me to experience so many amazing things in my career. I've been able to serve as a leader in this industry, as a stylist. I've been able to serve on the board of barbering and cosmetology here in California. So I've been able to work and serve with the public. Come on, y'all. And then also with studying and understanding trichology, the science of hair and scalp disorders. I've been able to work with a number of brands. The study of trichology has literally taken me around the world, and it has placed me here before you today with so much passion in my heart to be able to provide you all an opportunity to serve the people in your communities in the same way. Now, as a trichologist, I've been able to develop my own product line. I know I got some product developers in the house and some future product developers in the house. And it has really allowed me to create a career that I could never have even imagined on my own, giving me opportunities beyond the chair. So it's so important that as hairstylists, this may resonate with you. That's why you're here with me tonight, that we are on the front line of defense, right? We're the first ones to see the things that are going on with our clients. And we are the first ones that can help our clients. We have to be able to be aware of the changes in their hair and scalp, which oftentimes is an indication of a larger health issue. Because the first key that I'm going to drop to y'all tonight is that hair is the barometer of health. Okay? Say that with me in the chat. Write it in your notes. Hair is the barometer of health. And when I say that hair is the barometer of health, I'm talking about our hair being a reflection of the entire health of our body. And that is what we do as trichologists. So let's go ahead and get started now that I told you a little bit about me, right? Y'all feeling me? Is anything I'm saying resonating? I see you in the chat. Some of y'all like, yes, I see you. Fire. What's up? I love it. So, with you being here with me tonight, I know that this workshop is going to be so important to you. If you are a stylist who is also passionate about hair care and not just about styling hair, if you are a stylist who you want to help your clients find real solutions to the issues that they're having with their scalp, or if they're dealing with issues of hair loss, or you might want to develop a product line. You might already have a product line and you like, Dr. Carrie, look, I'm already in these streets with my products, but I'm just trying to make sure that I understand the science, or you want to use the science to enhance what you've already created. Guess what? I got you. And this workshop is going to be really important to you if you want to take advantage of working and making money beyond the chair. So in this workshop, I'm really, really excited to teach you some core fundamentals about using the scientific understanding of hair and scalp to identify common hair and scalp disorders. So in the next hour, I'm going to give you some information that's going to help you set yourself apart from other stylists in the industry and help you become a more effective stylist for your clients, for the people that you serve. I'm going to make sure that in this workshop that you are equipped to create some opportunities beyond the chair. All right. And also, I'm going to teach you how to collaborate with dermatologists. All right. We're about to eliminate any type of intimidation, right? We're going to empower you during this workshop so that you can create personalized solutions for your clients to help them with their hair and scalp problems. And I'm going to show you how you can earn your credentials. That's right. Your credentials as a certified trichologist in 12 weeks. And most importantly, become a part of a dynamic global team that's going to help you experience success faster. Because some of y'all who may not know, your girl is all about the link up so we can go further, faster. Are y'all feeling me? Let me see you in the chat. Yes, I see you. You welcome, Lori. I got you. I'm all about the giving and the generosity. So let's go. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of it all, I first want to define what a trichologist is. All right, so y'all ready for this? A trichologist is a specialist in hair and scalp disorders. All right, we are holistic practitioners that have the ability to identify, assess, and soothe common scalp disorders, and we provide supportive environments for hair growth using homeopathic treatments. That sounds fancy, huh? Did that sound real fancy? Guess what? It is. It's real fancy. It's very fancy. And expanding your knowledge in this field will distinguish you amongst other stylists. You're going to be able to add value to the current services that you're offering, and you're going to increase your customer trust and retention. You know, that retention is real important. That means they're coming back for more and more and more. And they're going to know that they're working with a confident hair care professional that creates options for them. And that's so important. There are so many clients who are looking for stylists who can create options for them. And most importantly, y'all, I'm all about positioning yourself for career opportunities beyond the chair. Okay. So most stylists, some of y'all feel me. If you're licensed, what happens when we're in school is we're introduced to some topics in trichology, but we're oftentimes just only covering the basic scalp disorders, right? Like they introduce us to them, but we don't really go into depth. You know, we're not given the details on how to analyze and provide holistic treatments in our salon environments for the disorders that they're teaching us about. Right? And then oftentimes what I encounter is that most stylists don't know what to do. Maybe you might be one of those stylists. Let me know in the chat. Like you see that your client is dealing with a scalp disorder. You see that your client is dealing with hair loss, but you just don't know what to do beyond saying like, drink some more water. Make sure you're taking your hair vitamins. How many of y'all be recommending hair vitamins? I mean, you just don't know. I get it. You just don't know what to do. And you want to be able to talk in detail about the early signs of hair loss that you may be seeing so that it doesn't become permanent. And also too, in my years of not only running my clinic, but teaching other stylists, I noticed that most stylists, they don't really have the information that they need to build partnerships with dermatologists when they're encountering something, you know, behind the chair. They don't know how to identify and know when it's outside of their scope of practice. And you might be one. Just don't know how to ask for help, don't know where to go to get help, don't know how to talk about the help that they need so that when interacting with their clients in the salon, they're not at a loss. You really, really want to be able to provide solutions. And so when you are able to provide more value to your client's experience, then that's when you're increasing that loyalty. That's when you're increasing that retention with your clients. So after today, guess what, y'all? That's not gonna be you. Let me see some celebration in the chat because I'm going to give you some information. Knowing that we are the first line defenders, it's easy sometimes to miss critical signs that can prevent further hair loss and damage for our clients, right? So we want to be able to identify common scalp disorders. We want to be able to identify common issues of hair loss. And then we also want to be able to understand when some areas of hair loss are temporary and when some areas of hair loss may be permanent. And most importantly, we want to be able to know that if our clients are experiencing, you know, issues of hair breakage, that, you know, it might not just be about their water intake or their vitamins, that we can talk to them about a deeper systemic issue that they may be encountering. All right. So before we dive a little bit deeper, let me check. Do y'all have any questions for your girl? I see you in the chat. All right, y'all ready? I'm getting some double high fives, praise hands. All right, some hearts, some fires. Okay, I see you, Amelia, Tiara. All right, I love it. So that's what we about to do. Y'all get ready. Have your finger on the trigger. How I'm going to teach you about these hair loss and scalp disorders is with a little bit of quiz. Y'all like quiz? Y'all ready for a little pop quiz? I'm going to teach you through the quiz. So now we're going to first start with identifying some common flaky scalp conditions. All right. Because you know, the itching, the flaking, season be changing. So I want to test you all on some of the common scalp conditions that you see in the salon setting. All right. How many of y'all, let me see you know how to identify some, okay, bring it on. It's been brought in. I see you. Okay, I love the confidence. Let's get ready. We're going to first test your knowledge on some common scalp disorders. All right, so I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to tell me what scalp disorder you think this is. All right, so you should see a poll that has popped up on your end of the screen. I'm going to give y'all a few moments to pop in your answer. Okay, so go ahead. Let me know what you think. All right, so it's so important when you are in the salon setting that you are able to accurately identify some of these scalp conditions and understand what they is and what they are. All right, y'all know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give y'all a few more seconds because I know it can be a delay. I'm gonna count it down with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm ending the poll. All right, let's see. Now we guys almost about half and half. Majority of y'all called it psoriasis. We have about 45% of you who said seborrhea. Well, let me tell you, if you said seborrhea, you are absolutely correct. Now, this is one of the most common flaky scalp disorders that you are going to see in the salon environment. Now, seborrhea means there is a dysfunction of the sebaceous glands. That's the gland that naturally secretes sebum. Now, it's important to know that when you see flakes are skin cells, all right? And anytime there is a disruption in the scalp environment, it will cause these skin cells to replicate at a very fast rate, and therefore you can see them on the scalp. Now, one of the key characteristics, all right, when you are identifying seborrhea is that the flakes of seborrhea are typically located around the hairline. All right. How many of y'all seen that? It's like scaly. You know, it could be yellowish in color or even white. And oftentimes individuals who have seborrhea, you may see it in the eyebrows. You may see it around the ears. And in men, you may even see it in their beard or in their mustache. All right. Are y'all ready? Y'all taking notes? Seborrhea, don't forget it. It's in the name. Dysfunction of the sebaceous glands. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. I'm going to start the poll. I want to know, what scalp disorder is this? Go ahead. Let me see you place your vote. All right. Let's see. What do you think it is? Now, 100% right now. 100% is saying seborrhea. All right. Now. Come on now. I'm going into teacher mode. All right. I'm glad the polls is moving now. They moving. I'm going to give you a few more seconds to vote and identify what scalp disorder this is. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see. All right. Now, this is great because y'all being those of you who are already in your spirit, like, Dr. Carey, somebody I need to learn with. You're getting a taste of my teaching. Now, I'm going to have to call some of you out who voted on seborrhea. We just identified seborrhea. Process of elimination. This ain't seborrhea. We just talked about seborrhea. Now, I see the rest of y'all. We have 32% who has voted eczema and 58% psoriasis. If you voted psoriasis, you are absolutely correct. You better know, you better identify some scalp disorders. Now, the interesting thing about scalp psoriasis, the key characteristic is that scalp psoriasis typically appears with white or silvery type patchy scales, and they're actually adhered to the skin. So for those of you who voted eczema, I get it. And a lot of scalp disorders mimic one another. They look like one another. So eczema, I'm not mad at you, but these are actually psoriasis scales on the scalp. Again, distinguishing white, silvery scales. You do not want to lift psoriasis scales. All right. Trichologists, we don't scratch the scalp. We have specific treatments that we do, and we use particular products in the salon when it comes to different scalp disorders. And we got a team of medical professionals we work with. So we're not scratching the scalp. We're not lifting up these scales. Great job for those of you who voted on psoriasis. Let's go to the next one. Now, I want you to tell me what form of scalp disorder you think this is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you an opportunity to cast your vote. Oh, I see you, Tiffany, like the poll is delayed. Okay, let me slow down. I'm going to slow down. Go ahead. I know there may be a little delay. And if you're having any issues, make sure you just click that lightning bolt right there at the corner of your screen. If you're having issues with the chat or anything like that. All right. See, I'm giving y'all a little bit more time to vote. All right, here we go. I'm going to do a countdown. What scalp disorder is this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to end the poll. And okay, I see you. Y'all catching on real quick. If you voted dandruff, you are absolutely correct. Now, the scientific name of dandruff is pityriasis simplex. All right. So if you guess dandruff, or what we like to call pityriasis simplex, just trying to give y'all a little science, a little trichology terminology. All right. For those my students who are in here, I like to teach in bars. I feel that it helps you to retain the information when we rhyme. I come from a generation of schoolhouse rock, so I hope you rocking with me. Y'all like that? Pityriasis simplex. Now, this one is commonly known as dandruff, and dandruff is actually considered a symptom. All right. It is a symptom and can be a characteristic of a number of scalp disorders, meaning someone with seborrhea can have the symptom of dandruff. All right. Now, the most common reason why someone may experience dandruff on its own, the pityriasis simplex, or what you see here in this image, which often shows up as powdery scales in the hair. You know how it is. You just scratch your scalp and it gets on your shoulders, cause you to dust your shoulders off. That type of dandruff is typically caused by some type of disruption in the scalp, oftentimes due to dryness in the scalp. It could be triggered by the use of a product. It could be triggered by a change in the environment or the climate. And actually, this one can be triggered by not drinking enough water. You know what I'm saying? Like this one, you see dandruff, that advice could be correct. All right. How many of y'all feel me in there? All right. I see you. So most flaky scalp conditions, remember, most flaky scalp conditions will mimic one another, and sometimes because they do, it is very easy to misidentify one scalp disorder from another. Now, as a trichologist, what I'm going to teach you is how to develop a deeper understanding of what a scalp disorder is, being able to identify the characteristics of that disorder. And I'm also going to teach you how to analyze those symptoms. All right. Does that sound good? Let me see you in the chat. And while I see you in the chat, let's go ahead and check in. Thank you. You like my teaching style? Thank you so much. And I love to teach. I'm so glad you all can feel my energy through this screen. I see some flora affect hair loss. Okay, I see the question. It says, Guy Flora, I think you might be talking about, I don't know, clarify your question, but guess what we're about to do? I see the fire emojis in the chat. We're about to move on to a conversation about hair loss. All right, conversation about hair loss, because like I said, I like to teach through the quiz. Now, are y'all ready? Y'all ready to identify some hair loss? Now, get your finger on the trigger. Now, I know that, it's moving kind of slow, but are y'all ready? I'm going to put up the first picture. All right, the first picture of hair loss. Now, what type of hair loss is this? All right, you have some options on the screen, and I would hope with some very recent activity in the world that this form of hair loss, if you didn't know what it was before, you just may know now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a countdown to give you a little bit more time to vote. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, cast your vote. 1. All right. The results are in. Now, the majority of you who voted alopecia areata, you are absolutely correct. This form of alopecia areata, is a common form of non-scarring alopecia, and oftentimes is a result of an autoimmune disorder, hormonal changes, or stress. And what we know about alopecia areata is that it's in the name. Normally, this type of hair loss falls out in an area, and that area is typically shaped like a circle. Again, non-scarring means that this form of hair loss, typically the hair can grow back, but there are different types of alopecia. non-scarring forms of alopecia. And because of the triggers of this form of hair loss, the treatments may vary, and the way that the hair grows back, or the ability for the hair to grow back again, will also vary from client to client, patient to patient. All right. Let's move on. I got a lot of information to give y'all in an hour. I'm going to go ahead and reset this poll. I want you to have your finger ready. Get your finger on the trigger, and I want you to let me know, what type of hair loss is this? Go ahead, get ready to cast your vote. Let me know what you think it is. Come on. I'm ready to see them polls moving. I see the votes rolling in. I know there's a little bit of a delay. So go ahead, let me know, what is this? What type of hair loss is this? As a hairstylist, if you're in the salon and you sit your client down and you see this pattern of hair loss, what would you identify it as? I'm going to go ahead and give you 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. If you voted androgenic alopecia, I see you 75%. You are absolutely correct. This form of hormonal hair loss is very common in both men and women. Typically for women, if they are genetically predisposed and susceptible to this form of hair loss, they will see it typically during postmenopausal age, when the hormone levels begin to shift. And for most men, especially if they're genetically predisposed, they will experience this form of hair loss typically, in their early or, mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so androgenic alopecia is the result of hormonal changes. You can see with the pattern of hair loss, it does typically begin at the top of the head, at the apex, and it begins to spread out in a diffuse pattern, oftentimes creating a widening of the part. I hope y'all were able to catch that. Your girl got to talk fast and give you all the information, but I, hope them fingers are moving. Hope you taking it all in. You're feeling empowered. Let's go ahead and move on to the next form of hair loss. Let me reset the poll so I can get your vote in. Let's go ahead and let me know, what type of hair loss is this? All right, go ahead, get your votes in. Let me see. Texas in the house. I see you just taking a little peek at the chat, trying to give you all an opportunity to cast your votes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And all right, I see you. If you voted central citrifugal cicatricial alopecia, also known as CCCA, you are absolutely correct. Now, this form of hair loss is a scarring form of hair loss that can lead to permanent damage in the scalp. Now, with CCCA, there is not a known etiology or history or cause of this form of hair loss, but we are seeing more and more, especially African American women, experiencing this form of hair loss. And some of the characteristics that tend to be common amongst individuals who experience this form of hair loss is a history of the use of relaxers. There are oftentimes other factors that can create this form of inflammatory hair loss, but it is so important to identify it as early as possible. The earlier that we can identify this form of hair loss, then the more likely we are to be able to get results. And as trichologists, that is what we do. We work hand in hand with our clients to get results. So I'm about to give you another bar. When it comes to any level of inflammation, hair cannot be sustained in a scalp that's inflamed. Let me hear y'all say it with me. Hair cannot be sustained in a scalp that's inflamed. And that inflammation will show up in the form of the scalp disorders we just covered, in flaking, itching, if there's any type of tenderness happening in the scalp. Hair cannot be sustained in a scalp that is inflamed. Now, based on all of these scalp conditions and the forms of hair loss we just discussed, I just have one more question for y'all. All right. Which of the conditions we just covered, both scalp conditions and hair loss conditions, can be treated and managed in the salon setting? Is it just only the scalp conditions, only the issues dealing with hair loss, or all of them? And I want you to think about this question. If you throw it in the chat right now, I ain't gonna check just yet, because I want to continue to talk to you before you answer. In my experience, in the years that I've had being able to work in this industry and all the conversations with stylists that I've encountered, I have talked to stylists who oftentimes feel powerless when their clients are experiencing these different types of hair and scalp conditions. How many of you have had that feeling? Again, you're working with your clients and you just don't have the information. You don't know how to talk about it. You don't know how to articulate a solution for them. And that leads me to encountering stylists who just don't have the knowledge that they need to be able to help their clients. Again, as licensed stylists, if you're licensed, then you learned a little bit about it in school. And then if you're a natural hairstylist or a braider or someone who's self-taught, but you're building your business and your career, you may not have that basic understanding, but you really want to help. Now, the other stylists that I talk to, or stylists who maybe some of you can recognize, or this may resonate with you, that you've actually taken some type of trichology certification program or hair loss practitioner program. I know that there are a number of programs available, but you just don't feel comfortable with what you've learned, or you may not have the confidence that you need to provide a detailed analysis for your client. And so if this feels like I want you to know that I see you, I understand you. Now, before we go further, I want to go ahead and get back to that answer, because if you answered that we can treat both the hair loss, we can treat all of them, all the scalp conditions, all the issues of hair loss that you covered, Dr. Carey, all of them, you are absolutely correct. Because as a trichologist, we provide holistic treatments to help manage these conditions in the salon setting, and we create healthy environments for hair growth. Now, how many of you want to learn my soothing scalp treatment? All right. Now, I have a dope soothing scalp treatment. How many of you have clients, or maybe even you yourself, have an itchy, flaky scalp, and you like, yes, Dr. Garrett, that's why I came to this workshop. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Now, I'm going to share my soothing scalp treatment before the end of this workshop. I see you. I got you. And what this treatment is going to do is it's going to provide immediate relief for your client and or yourself. But the trick to dealing with all of these scalp conditions, the trick to knowing what type of treatment to provide for your client, is knowing when it's time to phone a friend. All right. I'm talking about who wants to be a trichologist. All right. Game show. All right. Who wants to be a trichologist? Do you know when it's time to phone a friend? And in this case, when I talk about phoning a friend, I'm talking about collaborating with the dermatologist when the solution that your client needs in order to deal with their issues of hair loss or deal with their scalp condition requires a treatment outside of the salon. All right. So how many of y'all know when to phone a friend? Okay. I see some hand raisins. Me, I do. Okay. Sinitra. Okay. All right. I got all y'all. Okay. This is what we're going to do. First, let's recap. Because I know I talk fast. And I know I just gave y'all a lot of information. So I want to recap with you really quick. All right. So the first thing that we have to remember is a lot of scalp disorders look the same, right? A lot of them mimic each other. And most scalp disorders are going to be a result of some type of imbalance in the scalp. We learned that seborrhea is what? A dysfunction in the sebaceous glands, which produce sebum. All right. So what's the next thing? Hair cannot be sustained in what? A scalp that's inflamed. That's the bar. If there's inflammation, hair ain't going to grow strong and long. Okay. And so we have to be able to have solutions to deal with that inflammation if we're going to get any results. All right. Are there any questions right now before I move on? Let me check the chat. Let's see. Let's see. If we don't intake enough water as we should, would wetting our hair on a daily basis in the shower, not washing and just wetting it, be just as effective or helpful? Okay, so that's talking about two different things. We're talking about internal hydration, and then we're talking about, water penetrating the hair strand. Hair is dead tissue. So there's importance in getting hydration and taking in water internally to nourish the cells, to help with the transportation of nutrients in the bloodstream in order to make sure those hair cells are getting what they need in the development phase, so that when it becomes the dead tissue that you're applying product to, you're only applying those products to manage the health of the strand. But the true health and strength of the hair strand first starts on the inside, because guess what? Hair is the barometer of what? Health. Health is from the inside out. All right. So I see some of your questions. Ooh, these are some good questions. Ooh, y'all can bring us me some juicy questions. So this is what we're going to do, because lots of information. We're going to come back to some of these questions. I want to go ahead and dive into how you can collaborate and build a relationship with a dermatologist. All right. There are some key signs and symptoms that should alert you as a hairstylist that it's time to involve a medical doctor. So the question that I have for you is that, do you know when you should seek the help of a medical professional or a medical doctor? All right. Because if there's an inflammatory response in the scalp that has become progressively worse over 3 to 6 months, or a client has been maintaining a level of inflammation in their scalp for years, if you have noticed a small areas of hair loss that have suddenly become larger, if there's discoloration in the scalp, if there's any type of itching or tenderness in the scalp, especially in areas of thinning and existing hair loss. Oftentimes we keep, y'all better stop perpetuating that lie that because it's itching, it's growing. Itching is inflammation. Itching is a sign that there's inflammation, and hair can't be sustained in the scalp that's inflamed. The hair is not growing if it's itching. That's a sign of inflammation. The hair is actually disappearing, and we need to know when it's time to bring someone in. Now, another thing, if a client describes an itchy, crawly feeling in their scalp, it's not just itching. They're like, girl, it feels like something is moving in my scalp. That is a sign of a fungal infection. That means it's time to phone a friend, and you have to work hand in hand with a medical doctor to find solutions. But what I've learned is that most stylists feel intimidated. This might resonate with you, talking to a dermatologist. I've talked to stylists who they're not familiar with some of the medical terminology, or they don't understand how to talk about possible solutions for their clients. Most stylists feel like a dermatologist won't even want to talk to them. They're like, they're not going to want to work with me. Or maybe you're a stylist who has tried and you actually have some evidence of a medical professional not being willing to talk to you. But let me tell you some truth. All right. I'm giving you some truth. The truth is that the hair care market is shifting and more clients are experiencing hair loss. And so that means that there are plenty of dermatologists that are also passionate and eager. They're becoming more and more eager to partner with hairstylists, because what the dermatologists understand is that there is a need for their services in the hair care industry. And in order for them to provide those services, they also know that the gateway to many of the clients in this industry is through the stylist. It's through you. So the importance of building the relationships becomes even more important, even more significant. And why is that? Because hairstylists, we're the mediators. We're the ones that have developed and maintained relationships with our clients, right? We're going to be the initial introduction of our clients. Our clients trust us. All right. We're their hairstylists. Oftentimes we become their friend, and we have been guiding and walking with them oftentimes through their hair care journey. All right. And we are the first ones to notice when there is a problem. All right. Again, we are the first line of defense. We are on the front line. And so the relationship that we have with our clients is sacred and it's valuable. So what I want to do right now is I want to help shed any fears. I want to empower some of you who some of these things may resonate with you. If you have been having these feelings, I want to empower you and help you shed any fears about working with a dermatologist, all right? The relationship that you develop will be reciprocal, and the collaboration will ultimately benefit your client, and it's going to help you add more value to your services, all right? So do you guys want some tips? All right, you want some tips and tricks on how to do this? I know it sounds good, but you need some action steps. So I'm going to give you some action steps on how to find and build a relationship with a dermatologist. Now, the first thing you need to do is talk to your doctor. All right. If you have a primary care physician or a doctor, talk to your doctor. Find out if they can refer you to a dermatologist, within your network, you know what I'm saying, within the medical group. And that can be your first point of contact. You can ask your dermatologist. Some of you may already have a dermatologist that you're working with, and maybe it never crossed your mind to ask them, or maybe you were dealing with some of the things we just talked about. And now you like, you know what, Dr. Carey is right. Let me go talk to my dermatologist. Boom. Just go ahead and make that connection. Ask your clients. I know when I first started looking to work with dermatologists myself, I would ask my clients. Oftentimes your clients may know a dermatologist, may be married to a dermatologist, may have already been seeing a dermatologist. You just never know. I mean, that's the benefit of being a hairstylist. We just, a variety of people sit in our chair, and that could be your best network, a wealth of information right there. You need a dermatologist. You just never knew that your client you've been serving every 2 weeks, the homie's a dermatologist. You just never know. All right. So ask your clients, and then research online. Right? Like Google, let Google be your best friend. You could go ahead and research local dermatologists, and sometimes the concentration of the dermatologist or their specialty is listed, and that can make it easy for you to narrow down your list of doctors for those who actually focus on hair and scalp care. All right. So I want to go ahead and give you all this resource right now. Go ahead, write it down, this Instagram account at blackdermdirectory.com. If you are looking for a dermatologist, you can use this Instagram account to go ahead and research, find someone in your area, be able to network within the account, maybe even send a DM and find a resource. There's so many options that you have to get what you need, all right, so that you can build a team of professionals so that you can ultimately help provide the best solutions for your clients. So go ahead, write this information down. That's at Black Derm Directory on Instagram. And I want to make sure that once you get your contacts, you find your dermatologist, that you have steps on what to do. And the first thing is you want to get multiple contacts. All right. And then once you get multiple contacts, you want to initiate contact with the dermatologist. And the first way to do this is by reaching out. I recommend that you reach out initially by sending an email. And in this email, you want to introduce yourself, and you want to ultimately just keep it real. And just state that you are interested in offering some of your clients a referral to their office for further treatment for their hair and scalp disorders, and that you want to be able to send clients for these issues that you cannot manage in your salon setting. And after you kind of give them a brief overview of why it is that you are establishing contact with them, you want to request a time to talk to them. And this can be a call. You have a virtual option, Zoom or something, or an actual meeting in person. But you want to be able to have a conversation. You want to build relationship with this dermatologist. You want this dermatologist to know that your passion in helping your clients is so deeply rooted in what it is that you do, that you know how important it is to have other medical professionals on your team to provide solutions, because it ultimately becomes about the hair care journey that we are creating for our clients and really helping them find solutions. All right. Now, I also recommend having more than one option. All right. So if you establish contact with one dermatologist and you kind of rocking with them for a minute, that's cool. But you want to make sure that you have more than one option. And this is going to be helpful when it comes to medical insurance, because you just never know, the different types of insurances that the medical officers or the doctors take. Now, other specialists that you may consider adding to your team and establishing relationships with are nutritionists or dietitians, and also psychologists and or therapists, because some of the hair loss and scalp disorders that you may encounter in the salon setting could be related to psychological disorders. All right, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? All right. I see you, Sierra. She's like, I got a client that's a dermatologist. Whoop, whoop. So you know what your homework is. All right. Now, let's get back to this presentation, because now that we have covered how you can incorporate trichology into your current business, we've talked about how you can, work with some dermatologists. I really want to talk to you about how you can expand your career beyond the chair. All right. So what clients want is they want help. They really want help. Now, there is an increasing demand for hair care professionals who understand not just how to style hair, but also understand the science of hair. And I can tell you, in my journey of being a trichologist, being a part of this industry also as a hairstylist, the market has completely shifted. And understanding trichology and working as a trichologist will position you perfectly to take advantage of some opportunities beyond the chair. Now, most stylists, because of the physical labor, y'all can feel me right this. Let me know. This requires some praise hands. But because of the physical labor that is attached to hairstyling, we can't always comfortably build a career into our mid 40s. And so it is so important that we build out a strategy so that as we age, we don't have to depend on putting out a high physical demand at work. And I also think that it's really important for us to be able to transition our skills into other areas of the industry and still be profitable. How many of y'all feeling me on this? All right, I'm talking about creating multiple streams of income in an industry that you love. All right. And so you may be thinking, but what next? So having more knowledge beyond hairstyling positions will allow you to take advantage of some of the following opportunities. When you become a trichologist, you can become a product developer. Or you might already be a product developer and you're really just enhancing the product that you've already developed. But now you have this scientific understanding that can help enhance your formulations and really create some targeted solutions for some targeted problems. All right. As a trichologist, you can work as a product or brand consultant, and more product companies are looking for qualified and certified stylists who add more value by being a trichologist. You can be a brand educator. Again, you can still work in this industry, but work and provide, be able to give back and be able to provide impact in a meaningful way when you become a trichologist. And then you can also be a consultant or an owner of your own hair loss clinic. Again, more and more individuals are experiencing hair loss, and for several different reasons. And so people are looking for you. People in your community, people in your city, they're looking for you. There is a need for this skill set. And I emphasize the power of abundant thinking in my training, because what I do know and what my stylists understand, those who are in the chat represent, that there is enough. So this means that as a certified trichologist, you will be equipped with enough knowledge to create your own business and space within the industry so that you can serve more people. Now, what I want to do is I want to recap what we learned today in the workshop. How's everybody doing? Let's see. All right, I see you. Yes, okay. I got some double high fives. Say it again. I'm going to say it again. I'm keep on saying, so y'all doing great. I love it. So let's go ahead and recap what we've learned. All right, so have you been able to identify some common scalp disorders and signs of hair loss? Let me see you in the chat. Did we cover that? I know we covered that. We covered it real good. All right. Now, do you have some resources on how you can build relationships with dermatologists? All right, y'all know how to do that. Y'all feeling confident? Y'all know how important it is to build a team. Let me see you. All right. And did we talk about how the skill of trichology can help you begin to build a career path beyond the chair? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about adding value on value on value, and you ain't got to work so hard. You know what I'm saying? Back ain't got to be hurting, hands ain't got to be hurting. I could be projecting, y'all, but this is real. All right, now speaking of serving people, it's time. Y'all ready for that soothing scalp treatment? Let me go ahead and get full screen on you. Are y'all ready for that soothing scalp treatment? Oh, y'all got to get ready. Let me take a little sip of water. Let me see you in the chat. Yes. All right, let's go. So for the soothing scalp treatment, this is going to be able to provide relief for your clients. Now, there are a number of medicated shampoos that you can get over the counter. What I teach in my course is how, as trichologists, we have to look for specific key ingredients. So the medicated shampoo that I'm going to talk to you about tonight is Nizoral. All right, how many of y'all can see this? Nizoral, there we go. Nizoral. Now, some of you may be like, oh, I've seen that. I've used that. I don't like that. I don't know about that. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to give you some information. First thing, the key ingredient in Nizoral is ketoconazole. So again, as a trichologist, we want to know the active ingredient. The active ingredient in Nizoral is ketoconazole. Now, the reason why I'm teaching about this particular shampoo, because there is a prescription strength ketoconazole shampoo that a lot of clients oftentimes are prescribed if they're dealing with an itchy, flaky type condition. And that's because ketoconazole is an antifungal. There's a natural yeast that's categorized as a fungus that lives on our scalp. And so when there's an overgrowth of that, then it creates some of those flaky conditions that we talked about. And ketoconazole helps to go in there, and it helps to slow down that cellular replication. Flakes are what? Cells, all right? It helps to gently exfoliate the scalp. All right. And so when you're using a medicated shampoo, this is the key thing. First, you're going to apply the shampoo directly to the scalp. Apply the shampoo directly to the scalp. You're going to part from the front hairline to the nape of the neck. You're going to part through the hair. This is especially important for clients or individuals with thick hair. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make with medicated shampoo is they use it like a regular shampoo, and then they're like, it's drying. It's drying, okay? I'm not going to even try to front with you. Medicated shampoos are drying, but they should be used and concentrated on the scalp, all right? So you're going to part front hairline. You're going to do a couple of rows. Through each row, you're going to apply the medicated shampoo. You're going to do the same thing going across the scalp, ear to ear, horizontally. You're going to cross those first rows. You want complete coverage on the scalp. You're going to use the pads of your fingertip. We ain't scratching no flakes. You're going to massage the shampoo throughout the scalp for full coverage. After the shampoo is covering the scalp, you want to allow the shampoo to sit on the scalp for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, when you're using a Nizoral or a ketoconazole, you do not want to apply heat, because what does heat do with a fungus? It makes it grow. It makes it grow. No heat. You just want to allow it to sit on the scalp. Y'all following me? You taking notes? I know it might be a delay. Y'all keep rocking with me. All right. So we have applied it. It has sat. Now, depending on how serious the flaking and the itching is, you may have to do a round 2. All right. And then also, too, depending on the seriousness of the itching and the flaking, you may have to do it 2 times a week for a period of time. All right. But it's important to just make sure that you're not scratching. After you have done a round or 2 rounds of the medicated shampoo, you want to follow up with a clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoos are typically clear. This is going to help to remove any buildup from the hair, any, additional things on the scalp. Then you want to follow up with a moisturizing shampoo. All right. You want to replenish that moisture in the hair. Are y'all following me? Deep conditioning is so important. Anytime you use a medicated shampoo, anytime you shampoo, you want to deep condition, especially from a curly, coily haired individuals. We got to replenish that moisture. And then after that, you want to apply a lubricant to the hair. Do not apply anything to the scalp, especially as a trichologist. We want to, make sure we know what's going on. And go ahead and proceed with styling. Was that good for y'all? Was that good? All right, let me see you in the chat. All right, no steam. No steam. All right, okay, cool. All right, so if you have any questions, y'all, this time is running. My hour is running out. I have a little bit more information to share with you, and then I'm going to come back with all of the questions. But what I want to do now is I want to talk to you a little bit about the Trichology program, how you can begin to rock with your girl. Now, back in the early 2000s, you know, when I was getting my Trichology certification program, there weren't many programs on the market. But what I know is that now there are so many options. I talk to stylists all the time about the options that are available. If you are one of them, I know a question that I get all the time is, how do I choose? How do I know? You know, how do I know what type of program that I should be a part of? What's going to be a good educational fit? Now, when I studied Trichology, I was fortunate enough in my experience, because it was a different time and a different, you know, setup, to be able to interact with my teachers, my instructors. I traveled to Alabama frequently. I took my classes and all of those things. And so as I began to get into the industry, I noticed that there were more and more stylists who, like me, were interested in this scientific study. But there were key things that really affected how they made decisions around choosing their course or being able to find a program that worked for them. And I found out that when it came to these key factors, that they were three main factors. And the three main factors that a lot of professionals considered were the time factor, the effectiveness factor, and the money factor. All right. So I want to quickly run through these factors with each of you. And I want to see if you identify with one of these factors. All right. So when it comes to the time factor, all right, when I was in school, it took me 3.5 years to complete my Trichology program, but I'm gonna keep it real. The reality is not everyone has time to do a 2 to 3 year program, especially if you're somebody in this workshop right now who's been working in this industry. You've been working in your profession for 3 or more years already. And really, you may just be at a place where you want to get the additional education so that you can help more people. You want to make more money, and you want more opportunities available for you. And because I understand the importance of the time factor, the way that I structured my educational program is so that you can become a certified trichologist. Yes, that means you can say, I'm a trichologist. Huge question I get asked all the time. You can do that in just 12 weeks. 12 weeks and you're done. And there are clinical opportunities and other resources that I make available to you to help increase your confidence and your comfort when you're working with clients in your clinical and salon environment. Okay. And then the virtual access that we have also makes this information more accessible. Now, the next thing is the effectiveness factor. All right. So when I did my course, again, it took me about 3 years, almost 4 years. And when I got into my salon and I began to build my clinic, I realized that a lot of the information that I learned, I didn't really use. And it was really important to me that I really set up stylists for success. Like, I want to set you up for success. And so in order to do that, what I did was I took the 3 years of information that I learned and I condensed it down into my 12-week program, making sure that I was able to help stylists focus on the information that was going to effectively help your clients in need. And another thing that I've done within my program is that I'm working with, as I'm encouraging you to do, other professionals in the healthcare field, because I want you to get thorough information from different healthcare professionals so that the knowledge you gain and the understanding you have of trichology is well-rounded. So upon completion of the program that I've created, you're going to be able to conduct in-depth scientific consultations with your clients. You're going to be able to provide effective in-salon treatments for scalp discomfort and some forms of hair loss. You're going to be able to submit hair mineral analysis. That's right, trichologists. You're going to be able to do all of that. And this is going to be able to help you help more people effectively. All right. Does this sound good? So the next thing is the money factor. All right. We're not going to just ignore the fact that it takes money, all right, when it comes time to invest in the programs. Now, when I did my doctorate program, it took me not just the time, but it took an investment of about $10,000. And so the reality is not everyone has $10,000 to invest in a program. And so it is truly my goal to make the education more accessible and more affordable. All right. And so my passion and my commitment is to be able to help you invest in a program that's going to position you for the best opportunities possible. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I check in with y'all. Let me see you in the chat. All right. I see some, okay, great information. Thank y'all. Heat, bad for fungus. Thank you, Kayla. I love it. Y'all better help each other. Heat causes fungus to grow. All right. So you think about where fungus grows. It's in moist places, warm places. And so you think about the weave that's been washed and ain't been dried. And then you take down them braids. Fungal infection. All right. So hopefully that's helpful. Y'all doing all right? Let me see some emojis in the chat. All right. We almost at our hour. And so I want to talk to you about joining the DK squad and getting some of this information. So the program that I've created is worth $5,000. Is your future worth $5,000? As becoming a trichologist, being able to develop some products, being able to develop a long-term career strategy, and most importantly, being able to connect with your girl. You know what I'm saying? Let me help you go further, faster. All right, is becoming a leader and a hair care specialist in this industry. Is it worth it? I see you, stars, hearts. Oh, we going to the moon. We going up. I love the energy, everyone. I love it. I want to be able to provide you all of these options. All right. You see the options. And if you're like, yes, Dr. Carey, it is definitely worth $5,000. And what I want to do right now is I want to give you a more detailed look inside the course. Okay. So continue to drop your questions. And I want to tell you what it is that you will be learning in the course. You're going to learn how to conduct thorough scientific thorough scientific consultations. All right. Hair and scalp assessments. I'm going to teach you how to identify the different scalp disorders, hair shaft disorders, different forms of hair loss. You're going to be able to assist clients with hair loss. You're going to be able to create and offer easy in-salon treatments. I provide you with the treatments, but I also give you the knowledge and information for you to create your own treatments. Okay. We're going to be providing an alternative way to achieve healthy hair through diet and nutrition. Remember, we are holistic practitioners. All right. I'm also going to teach you how to collaborate with medical dermatologists. All right. So my primary goal is to make sure that I help as many people as possible on their educational journey. That is what I want to do for you today. So the fact that you still rocking with me, I'm not going to just delay it any longer. I want to go ahead and be able to offer you not just the experience of becoming a certified trichologist, but you're also going to get some clinical training. The value of this training is $5,000, but because you are rocking with your girl, you should see an offer on your screen where you can get the value of all of this training and become a part of the team at 50% off. That's right. That you can become a certified trichologist. It is a 12-week program for 50% off. Now, this is a limited time offer. And if you pay in full, then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to make sure that you get access to my STAR system. So for those of you who don't know, I'm all about going on the entire journey with you. So I don't just want to set you up as a certified trichologist. I want to set you up for success. So what my STAR system does is it teaches you business systems. All right. I'm going to help make sure that your systems within your business, you being able to brand yourself, you being able to price your services correctly and accurately, that I'm walking you through this process because it is my goal. I'm so committed to every member on the DK squad. We are truly taking over. And so when you pay in full, you're going to get complete free access to the STAR system course. All right. Now, for those of you who may not have the pay in full, don't worry. You can get started for $675. You do not have to delay the step that you need to take into this next area of your life, into this next journey, so that you can continue to do what it is that you have been called to do. Now, if this sounds good to you, which I hope it does, I don't make this offer often. So you really want to make sure that you take advantage of it. I'm super excited with all that's happening. I'm encountering more and more stylists who are understanding the importance of this scientific education. Now, if you're ready to take your business to the next level with this course and you're dedicated to boosting your confidence, building your systems, and establishing your brand identity, I just don't want to talk about it. I want to provide you with some testimonials from some certified trichologists and DK masters themselves. So the first DK master that I want to introduce you to is Dewana. Now, Dewana, she's not just a trichologist, y'all. She's also a DK goddess lock master. Now, when I met Dewana, she already had an existing product line, y'all. Like, she's already popping. And let me say, you know, the stylists who join the DK squad, like, already be popping. I'm a vessel. Okay, I'm a vessel that's committed to enhancing your gift. So Dewana had an existing product line. She's a stylist, but she was really committed to enhancing what it is that she was developing. And it was really important to her to be able to expand her scientific knowledge of hair care to enhance her product formulation. And she wanted to be able to better serve her clients. And so Dewana, again, she's a recently certified trichologist. We just had our hands-on workshop and she's rocking and rolling. Another wonderful thing when you become a member of the DK squad is my ability to provide you with more opportunities. Again, we go further, faster. So not only is Dewana a DK master as a goddess lock master, not only is she a DK certified trichologist, but she will now be a part of a special product testing group. So I'm just allowing the blessings to overflow because of her credentials. She's already building opportunities beyond the chair. Let me see you in the chat. I love it. Yes, ladies. All right. So let me also introduce you to Emma. Now, Emma, she's a certified trichologist. And with Emma, she already had an experience with hair loss. This may be some of the experience that you all are having where you have experienced hair loss or you have a loved one or a family member that's experienced hair loss. And so you've been searching for a solution and then you realize, you know what? I'm the solution. I'm the answer to the hair loss that I'm seeing or experiencing. And you've been trying to find, though, a program that will help you. Well, that's Emma's story. All right. She was looking for solutions and she came across your girl. All right. Praise God. She came across my educational program and she decided to invest in herself and trust me in her training journey. And through that training journey, not only has she been able to find a solution to her own hair loss, but again, she has now become the solution for the clients that she serves in her community. She's so much more confident. She feels so much more comfortable, and she is empowered to continue to provide solutions. I see y'all in the chat. Yes, go ahead. Continue to drop those questions. I see you. I'm going to come back around, but I have to introduce y'all to Precious. All right. Trichologist Precious Rutland. She's been a part of the DK squad for years. Now, Precious, her situation is the same. She was experiencing hair loss. She was certified already, just dope. Certified already in a number of homeopathic certifications, licensed stylists. And so when she linked up with your girl, again, we go further, faster. I had the privilege of training her and certifying her as a trichologist. She has established a hair loss clinic. And she's also on the DK squad as a course leader, empowering other trichologists on our team. And what I love about each DK master is their ability to share their experience with me as their teacher and the empowerment that they have experienced with learning with your girl. How y'all feeling out there? I see you. I see you. Yes, come on. If you love the opportunity, go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. I see you praise dancing. Yes, I'm so glad you're enjoying the workshop. So why work with me? Why work with me? Well, The first thing is your girl is building a team. I'm all about collaboration. I'm all about going further, faster. I'm all about abundance and knowing that there is so much out there. When we work together, I'm telling y'all, with the momentum that as a team we are gathering and experiencing together, it is phenomenal. And if you are still rocking with me and you know you've been called to serve within your community, you've been called to serve in this industry, you've been looking for a way to help your clients, you've been looking for a way to build and establish your career in a new way, I'm telling you, I'm speaking to the heart of you that this is the time. This is the time. And I want you to join this team because it's not just about me as the leader being able to train and pour into you. The stylists on the team are already dope. You are already amazing. And what I know I've been called to do is to enhance the gift that's already on the inside of you. And so when it comes to working with your girl, I mean, it's all about working directly with me. I'm very hands-on with my students. My students can tell you how hands-on I am. I'm super passionate about training you and helping you get what you need so that you can be comfortable and confident serving your clients. And what I really do is I'm really committed to recreating the learning experience that I know helps me. And being able to, especially in these virtual environments, connect with my instructor, being able to connect with others and know that I'm truly supported. And so because these are things that I desire, then these are the things that I have built into my educational program. So I'm throwing that offer up there for those of you who are rocking and want to become a part of the DK squad. You want to be a certified trichologist. I really want you to take advantage of this offer. Again, it is listed at $5,000 value, but you, because you have joined me tonight, you're able to access this information. You have lifetime access to this certification course for an investment of $2,500. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it is worth it. I'm not just saying that because I created it. I'm saying it because of the experience that and the joy that I've been able to have in the stylists who are on the team and the successes that they are having. And again, if you don't have that $2,500, then you can still get started for an investment of $675. And you can begin to take that step towards your future to begin to create what it is that you have been given for the vision for your business. I'm so glad. I'm glad y'all loved it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to go ahead and I want to end this first. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? You are so welcome. And I also want to take some time to answer your questions. So I saw that one of the questions in the chat was asking about the class, like when do we meet? And so as soon as you sign up, you get immediate access to the course information. Okay. There are a number of modules. We meet twice a month live, but you have constant and consistent access to your course leaders. We have a private Facebook group. We also have a wonderful community that we're building on Slack with our DK Masters so you can connect with everybody on the team and get the support that you need. So again, when it comes to classes and time frames, you log in, you always have access. If you stay on task with the modules are released every week. And so if you stay on task, you can finish in 12 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Now there's some finals, there's some clinicals, but if you bout it, let's go. Let's become certified in 12 weeks. Now, again, I understand that life happens. And so if life happens, then you still have access. You have lifetime access to the course and the course material. There is no penalty if you don't finish in 12 weeks. Okay. It is our goal. When I say our, it's a team. It's a team of us. It is our goal to make sure that you are successful. All right. I am committed to your success in becoming a certified trichologist. Oh, I love y'all so much too. Thank you so much for your energy. I really do hope that y'all become not just a certified trichologist, but join the squad. You're so welcome. Let's see. We got some more questions up here. After the scalp treatment. All right. So Carol, after the scalp treatment, you do want to make sure that you follow up with a moisturizing shampoo, deep conditioner, we're replenishing the moisture, and then you want to apply our lubricant, something to seal in the moisture to the hair strands. And then you can proceed with styling. So if you need to blow dry or you're styling it wet, you can keep on going from there. And then yes, if you're doing the scalp treatment, it's the same for locks. It's the same for locks. So locks are typically pre-parted, so you have access to the scalp a little easier, but you want to make sure you get that shampoo, that medicated shampoo directly on the scalp. Still follow up with the clarifying, hydrating, conditioning. It may be different. You may not use a cream conditioner. You may instead do a hot oil treatment on the locks, but it would definitely be the same. All right. And let's see. Does round 2 happen in the same visit? Yes. So if you need to apply the medicated shampoo twice, like if the inflammation in the scalp is really heavy, then yes, you can do round 2 of the medicated shampoo on the scalp within the same treatment. Okay. Or the same visit. And then beyond, the second round, it just may require that client come back in within the same week. Sometimes I have to explain this to my clients, depending on how inflamed the scalp is. We have to be more aggressive with the treatment until we see a solution. And if we don't see a solution, then we know it's time to involve a medical doctor on the team. The CEU hours. Unfortunately, my program does not give you credit like if towards school. My program is an independent program. We are accredited to the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. So again, your certification is valid. It's a certification that's valid around the world. But currently, no, you will not get certain credits or units if you are in an accredited university or local college. Great question. All right, let's check the chat. Let's see how y'all rocking. Yes, you get all the material. Everything that you need is in the course. All right, ain't gonna be no pop-up surprises. Everything that you need is in the course. And then once you become a trichologist, I do provide you with information of things that you need to invest in, for your clinic. But when it comes to you getting the information, you ready to rock and roll. Okay, Dr. Carey got you ready to rock and roll. Okay, you could get in that course. Your reading materials in there. Everything that you need is going to be in that course. Thank you so much. I love y'all energy. Y'all gave me so much good energy. I thank you so much for attending this workshop with me today and just learning with me, trusting me, wanting me to be on this journey with you. I hope that you'll let me be on the journey with you and you become a certified trichologist and on the DK squad. Because when I talk about these opportunities coming in, y'all, they're coming in. And when I say that as a team, we are able to attract so much more. What they say, when you build it, they will come. We building it. We are building it. All right. And so if you have a vision, if you've been given a vision on how it is that you are supposed to impact and bring impact into this energy with your gift, or if you've been looking for a way to enhance your gift so that you can do more, I just really pray that you're being called to this training platform and this group, and you're ready to rock and roll with not just your girl, but the other DK masters who have made the same commitment, and you allow me to be on this journey. All right, what about the state board? What about the state board? I think what you may be asking is, again, about the unit. So this trichology certification program, again, is an independent program that is accredited through the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. And so there are different state boards. Different state boards have different requirements. And right now within the state, they don't regulate, trichology. Trichology is a branch of dermatology. Okay, so that's why it's so important to me that I train all of you on how to establish relationships with dermatologists, how to communicate with dermatologists, and how to draft hair and scalp assessments within your salon or clinical setting, knowing that your client may take that assessment to their medical doctor or dermatologist. All right, Sanitra, I feel like there was like a soul connection. I see you, girl. We connected in the spirit. All right. No silly questions. Be bold with your questions. All right. You have to have your cosmetology license. No. See, ain't no silly questions. Thank you for asking that. Certain services that you can provide. You can do hair and scalp assessments. You can manage services and be able to provide recommendations. There's like a number of things that you can do. You can utilize the trichoscope and all types of things. Depending on your state, there just may be certain scalp treatments that you can't perform. And it becomes important because the state regulates public health and safety. And y'all know I gotta, being on the state board for 8 years, I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna reduce liability. Okay, I'm gonna keep you safe. So But there's so many options. I have successful trichologists who I've certified who aren't licensed, but they own and manage a salon and or hair salon clinic. I provide guidance on how you can build out your clinic, how you can work with other licensed professionals. If you yourself is not the licensed professional, the opportunities are endless. All right. Again, limitless possibilities. Whatever it is that you want to create, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. It just oftentimes takes us to think outside the box. And I'm right here with you to help you think outside the box. And again, I just can't, help but remind you all, because I'm having this experience consistently with my team members. There are so many other phenomenal people on our team who are able to also contribute to that level of creativity to help you create and build what it is that you want. I see you, Miss Joyce, in the chat. Miss Joyce is on the team. She's a course leader too, y'all. She's dope. Yes. And actually, you can sign up right now. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of the offer and sign up right now. All right, I'm going to take a couple more questions. I thank y'all. We're over the hour. Y'all rocking with me. Thank you so much. Let's see. All right. So my hair is dry after I moisturize it. No matter how much moisture I put in it, does that mean I don't intake enough water or something severe? So there could be something internal. Of course, I would need to ask you more questions, but I will also have questions about your current hair care routine. So there could be something internal, but oftentimes, depending on the hair care routine, if you're using a lot of leave-in conditioners, if you're not deep conditioning all the time, I would need to know like the history or the structure of your hair strand, as far as like the porosity of your hair strand, to figure out why it is your hair is not retaining moisture. So, and it could be a combination. But definitely when it comes to moisture retention, you want to make sure that you're using products that maybe aren't so protein heavy. Again, I'm oftentimes leave-in conditioners or even products that are labeled as moisturizers really have hydrolyzed proteins in them. And just too much protein on the hair will cause it to be dry. And so the very thing that you think you're doing to enhance the moisture is causing your hair to feel dry. But if you know if you drink enough water. So if you're not drinking enough water, drink more water. Coming from Dr. Carrie, trichologist. If you are concerned that there could be other dietary things that are happening, you can always consult with the nutritionist. But yeah, I would talk about, I want to talk to you about your hair care regimen. But go ahead and become a trichologist. Or if you're a client, link up with one in the chat. All right. So replay. If you would like the replay of the webinar, check your email. Make sure if you registered for this webinar, you're going to get some emails so you can check out the replay. You might need to go back and take some notes. All right. I just want to thank you all so much again for taking time out to attend this workshop with me. I'm so happy that you have experienced my teaching style, and also that you have been able to get a lot of information and resources to help you on your journey to be going, to help you on your journey to be going, to help you on your journey, because you're going from hair stylist to what? Hair scientist. All right. Thank you so much. I see that there might be some more questions coming in. If you have any questions, feel free to reply to one of those emails. Your girl gets them. Reply to the email. Ask me your questions. I'm available to answer them. I really thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.